Hello, my name is Devin with HDpiano.com, and in today's lesson, I'll be showing you guys how to play Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Now, this is actually our second lesson on this song. The first lesson, taught by Dan, deals exclusively with the piano part as it appears on the recording. So it's a very accurate transcription, but it's a bit difficult. This lesson, on the other hand, is a simplified melody arrangement. So we kind of take as much as we can and we squeeze it into one arrangement that's appropriate for maybe a beginner or intermediate player. So check it out. We're going to learn the intro in this video, and it sounds like this. I'd say this first part can be played with both hands or just one hand. I'll play it with both. All right, so we'll get through that much in this lesson, but we'll be learning the entire piece from top to bottom over at HDpiano.com, so I hope you can join me there after this if you're not there already. All right, well, before I begin, got a quick question, and since we're working on a melody arrangement here, which means, the melody is in the piano part rather than being played or sung outside of the piano, my question for you is, are you a singer? Do you consider yourself a singer, or are you just strictly a pianist, not trying to make any sounds with your voice? Comment below. Curious to see where you guys sit with that one. So, to begin, and for a large majority of the piece, we're in the key of B flat major. So we're going to start with this G minor 7 chord, and throughout this lesson, I'm going to be relying on your knowledge of the lyrics and kind of just the general piece. Everyone knows this song, so that will really help. This will allow me to kind of gloss over some of the rhythms because, you just know them, and we'll just really focus on notes and making sure that you know the notes. So is this the real world, right? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. We all know how that sounds. And the notes there are D and F in the left, G and B flat in the right. Now, I think playing it with two hands is a little bit easier, but it can also be played with one hand. This whole intro bit can be played with one hand, but it's a lot of kind of interior finger moving, so I think it's easier to stick with just two notes per hand. So left hand on D and F, right hand on G and B flat. That's our first measure. Our next chord is C7. So our left hand will come down to C and E. Right hand will stay the same for the first bit. Those are the first 4 notes. Left hand just steps up on the third to D and F, back down. And then we bring both hands down, C and D to F and G, or C and D in the left with F and G in the right. And then kind of open that up to B flat and C in the left, E and G in the right. All right, so those first 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next measure, we go to F7. Left hand on C and E flat, and left hand will stay the same here. Right hand goes F and A. Then we take it up a step to G and B flat, and back down to F and A, and then just 2 Fs. No escape, right? So F7, C, E flat, F, A, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Here's an extra beat. 1, and we land on B flat and D in the left with F and B flat in the right. And we just come up a step in the scale, which gives us C, E flat in the left, G, C in the right, back down to B flat, come down to A and C in the left with E flat and F in the right, and then B flat down in inversion with F, B flat, D, and F. 2 notes per hand. So that's the first 4 measures, and split up with 2 notes per hand. Let's just take that whole section real slow. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Extra beat, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, great. We'll move on. This is where the piano technically enters on the recording, but remember, we're going to keep it simple. So you might, throughout this arrangement, be like, well, I thought there was a little more in the piano part there. Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to do everything at once. And if you want, you can always check out that other lesson and really hone in on those details and see if you can incorporate them. But here's the melody version. So G in the left hand, just holding for a whole note, and a G minor triad in the right, G, B flat, and D. 1 and 2 and. So 1 and 2, hold, 3, 4, D. We play a D as the pickup, and then we go to B flat 7. B flat in the left, A flat, B flat, and D in the right. Now this A flat will stay, and we'll take these 2 notes up a step to C and E flat, and then up again to D and F. And if you can reach it, you can add this little B flat on that chord. It's a very full B flat 7 voicing in 3rd inversion. So again, from G minor, B flat by itself, and then we anticipate an E flat major chord, and then bring our left hand up to E flat on the downbeat. That's B flat, E flat, and G. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just kind of filling some space there with these 3 notes. There is a piano part there, and this is more just to kind of imply that rhythm. Otherwise, it gets kind of stale in that moment. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So just using those 3 notes, B flat, E flat, and G from our E flat major chord, arpeggiating them, kind of a mixed up order to fill that space, and then we wait on the next downbeat. Our right hand is taking those same 3 notes, but just up the octave. So B flat, E flat, and G up here. Alrighty, so we get up here, and the left hand is just hanging out on C, and then it's going to hang out on F in the next measure. So it's all in the right hand. Very easy in the right hand. Same chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and easy come. Right, and then we get into those kind of creepy chromatic chords. So again, that was C minor 7, and then F7. We have A, C, and F to begin, and then the melody takes over. F, G, F, E flat, C. Now when we hit this C, the other melody, Because I'm, comes in underneath. Because I'm. Right, and that's F, F, G. So, and then we land here on D sharp, F sharp, and B. But we'll get to that in a second. I want to recap those 4 measures we just learned. So starting from G minor 7, nice and slow. 3, 4. Take it up the octave, C minor 7, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. We just repeat this measure twice. So we're taking this B flat chord here. Well, we start with B major, but the idea is that it's all kind of centering around this chord. We have a little tense half step above, tense half step below, but ultimately it resolves to this comfortable, relatively diatonic sounding chord. Just sounds, nothing crazy, but woo, right? You get what's happening there. It's a little tension and release. So B major, D sharp, F sharp, and B. Now just move each note down a half step. It gives us D natural, F natural, and B flat. Down one more half step, C sharp, E natural, and A natural. And we just go between those three. As long as your hands are comfortable with those three chords, it should be easy to add the rhythm, which is B, B, B flat, A, B flat. And again. All right, and then we just have, looks like 5 more measures left in this intro section before we get to the verse. So we'll move right along. E flat in the left, and we play B flat, E flat, G in the right. So we've seen this chord before. What's going to happen here is we're just going to repeat that G. Any way the wind blows. I think that's the lyric there. G, 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 G. B flat root position. B flat, D, and F in the right with a D in the left hand. Leave your pinky free to play a B flat. And then we come down for C sharp in the left. And this is C sharp diminished, G, B flat, C sharp, and E. So play that chord, and then again, like the first measure, we just repeat that E a few more times. Doesn't really matter to me. All right, so those 2 measures, E flat to B flat over D, up to B flat, C sharp diminished, to F. So A, C, and F in the right with C in the bass. C, C, and just a big F major chord there with F in the left, and A, C, and F, F, A, C, F in the right, full on F major. Hold that, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So that was B flat, sorry, A to B flat, and then we land on B flat, D, F, B flat, just a plain old B flat major with B flat in the left, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. So that's B flat, D, G, F, and again. And if you want, you can double the octave, which is a little bit more accurate to the original piano part. You could even slip in an F in the left. And again, B flat, F, right hand, octaves. And then we're into the verse. So how about I just play it down from top to bottom for you guys, and we will then just move on to part 2 over at HDpiano.com. Here we go, nice and slow. 3, 4, 1. You know what? I forgot about the double hand thing. Why don't I demonstrate it with one hand first, in case this is your preference. All right, now here it is with 2 hands, and then I'll go on. Four and 1. C minor 7 to F7. If you can catch it, grab that octave. All right, great work, my friends. That's the intro to Bohemian Rhapsody. We'll see you over at part 2. We're going to start learning the rest of the piece. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. My name's Devin with HDpiano.com. But real quick, while I have you here, like and subscribe. Follow us on social media. That way you know about all of our upcoming lessons. We're doing one every day. All right, we'll talk to you soon.